What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, you already know tomorrow is a humongous, so many things are going on. First of all, the new iPhones are coming out on Friday, so most people will be receiving them, but you can also go to the Apple Store, pick them up if you want to. But just as big of an announcement as that is, the new iOS version is coming out tomorrow, which in my opinion affects more people. And so before you guys go and update to iOS 13, I always love doing these type of videos in order to kind of get everyone on the same page. Before you go and update to iOS 13, there's some key things you might need to know. I mean, yes, you can just go ahead and update, but the first thing, man, please make a backup of your device, especially if you have an iPhone 7, okay? I've had pretty much no problems so far installing iOS 13, except on my iPhone 7. I had two different models completely boot loop on me, and I had to go and factory reset both of them. Luckily, I did not use them as my main devices, so it really didn't matter. But if I were you, I would go ahead, back up your device, whether you have a 6S, an iPhone XS, an iPhone 8, whatever the case is. Do a whole backup, either iCloud or on your computer. Do it that way. That way you can still have all of your information. And on top of that, do a Google Photos backup of all your photos, whether you do it or not, or an iCloud backup of your photos, whatever the case is. Make sure all of your information is backed up so you don't run into any issues. And if you do, you can always go and run that backup through and restore it to your device, whether it's a new device, old device, whatever the case is. Back up your device. That's all I gotta say. Now, luckily, the coolest thing is that I love about iOS 13 is that there really isn't any features that are on like the newest iPhone that is software related that isn't necessarily on the oldest iPhone that's supported. So when you're looking at the software, I mean, yes, you have like the gestures on the 11 and the iPhone XS, but when you're comparing like the 6S or SE to the iPhone XS on iOS 13, you pretty much have the same exact software experience. You have all pretty much the same exact features, where we couldn't necessarily say that before on iOS 12. If you guys remember with group Facetime, that was only for phones that had at least 2 gigs of RAM. So the iPhone 5S, 6, and 6 Plus were not supported. So luckily, Apple really thought out for the older iPhones, and they really came in clutch this time. So luckily for us, for people who have the older iPhones, you can go and update it and experience almost identical experience as an iPhone 11 user will have. So that's super happy. Obviously, the camera software is a little bit different on the 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max, but for the most part, all the features and everything are pretty much intact. Another quick reminder, do not install the Goldmaster version or any betas, and I probably would not recommend you to install the beta profile. If you were running the iOS 13 betas before, I would recommend just go ahead and deleting that beta profile. If you don't want to continue getting the 13.1 betas and betas throughout, delete the beta today so you can get that over the air tomorrow. If you're already on the Goldmaster, then you're set. That's the exact same version, most likely, that we're going to have on the final version. But once 13.0.1 comes out, 13.1 is coming out in like next week or week after. So you can probably just wait like 2 more weeks for the 13.1 release, but we're probably going to get 13.0.1 next week. So just remember, the official build over the air is coming tomorrow. Now, when you're going to go ahead and update, make sure you have at least 3 gigabytes of storage saved on your device. It's going to take, I think for most of mine, it was like 2.49 gigs or something like that, but you might as well save at least the extra, half a gigabyte. So you want to make sure you have at least 3 gigs saved on your phone. That way you can go ahead and make sure the update goes through fine. Of course, charge your phone while it's updating. Don't mess it up. Don't unplug it. Don't try to do anything with it. Another thing, if it seems like your phone is rebooting or boot looping constantly, just let it boot loop for like 10-20 minutes while it's plugged in. I've had this issue happen a couple times, not on just only my iPhone 7, but I think on my iPhone 6S Plus as well, where it just went through the boot looping and it looked like it was messing up, but I just let it boot loop constantly over and over again, and it eventually booted back into the software. So I didn't have to do a factory reset, where ultimately it wouldn't really matter because I have nothing on that device anyway. But that is a humongous thing when you're going to go ahead and update. Now, if you're going to do a complete restore, like factory reset and all that, make sure you back it up, then restore it through iTunes, or if you're on macOS Catalina, you can do it through the Files app. Also, if you don't know how to turn on dark mode, in case you forget how to, you can always go into settings, go to display, and turn on dark mode that way. That's how you're going to do it. That's a quick little one, but you should be able to do that as soon as you even install iOS 13 through the menus and things that you have to go through as soon as you boot it up for the first time. But that's pretty much all you need to know before you go ahead and update to iOS 13. Again, back up your device. Delete the beta profile if you don't want to be on the beta anymore, unless you want the future ones. But the official build is coming tomorrow. I will be doing tons of comparisons, tons of those things, as well as with the new iPhone. So it's going to be a crazy week for me. Next couple weeks. The rest of this year pretty much is going to be pretty crazy. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much. But definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count. So it would mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those things are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.